All right, everybody, today we are going to try to do a little bit of a science experiment. So here I am at the distillery, and behind me what we have is a tote of 189 proof white rum, which is a blend of Virgin Islands rum and Virginia rum. And over here is an empty tote with nothing in it. We're not going to be able to sell 189 proof rum, nor would you want to drink it. So what we have to do now is we have to proof it down, which is when you take you take your alcohol and you take pure water and you blend the two of them together. But what I was hoping to do is show you guys something else that's pretty cool about this process. So there we have our Virgin Islands rum and our empty tote. Here we have water and we have Virgin Islands rum. And this device right here is an Anton Par, and it is what you use to start getting your proof accurate. It's not what you use to figure out your final proof, but it is pretty neat, it's pretty effective at quickly telling you an idea of what it is you're working with. So, squirt a little bit of water in it that's out. Put a little bit of water in here. And what we're looking for is the temperature. This thing's very accurate at the temperature. Get a little bit more in there. See if we can figure out. 68.8 degrees at 187 proof. So it's close. Now, what we want to figure out, it's still going to show a proof even though it's just water because I didn't clean it out all the way. But I'm looking for the temperature between the two. Very close. 70 degrees, 68 point something. I'll remember it whenever I look at the video later. But here's the question. What's going to happen when we put rum at 189 proof into water at a much lower proof? Almost pretty much 0 proof. Pour it in. Let's see it swirl. When you're doing it on a large scale, you're going to want to adjust the proof, fix the proof, get it to what you want it to be, and then you're going to leave it overnight to make sure that there's none of these small air bubbles, none of these small spinning currents in here that are keeping it from fully mixing. But just for the sake of this experiment, jumped up to 80 degrees. So the water was 68, or the alcohol was 68 and the water was around 70. Yet it is rising. It's up to 78, 79, 80. All right, so what exactly is going on here? The most important thing to know is if you were to take 100 gallons of alcohol and 100 gallons of water and you put the two together, you don't actually end up with 200 gallons of product. When you mix a high proof alcohol with water, especially distilled water, what you'll get is the OH group in the alcohol will actually make a hydrogen bond with the water. So instead of having molecules lining up next to each other, they actually stack into each other. And what's going to happen is because of that bond being formed, you actually end up with less overall liquid product, size of product. The weight is still there, all the molecules are still there, but they formed a bond. And when that bond happens, it actually causes excessive heat. The same thing happens when we mix the two totes together. We will take 66 degree alcohol, we will take 66 degree water, and we'll put them both in one tote and to get it down to about 94 proof. And what it's going to do is it's going to heat the entire mixture up. And so, as I said before, you actually have to wait for that mixture to come back down to normal temperature, for all that reaction to stop happening, all that turbulence inside of the container to stop happening, and that's when you get a much more accurate proofreading. But thought that'd be a fun little science lesson for the day, and come out and see us sometime while we're doing this, and you can see firsthand how it works. Thank you all, and have a good one from Brady's Distillery.